Banks and finance companies have put profits before people and been motivated by greed. The Royal Commission made this blunt finding today as it released a damning initial report into misconduct and poor behaviour. Commissioner Kenneth Hayne found that much of the conduct broke existing laws, and yet there have rarely been prosecutions. But he hasn't yet made any recommendations. This report from economics correspondent Stephen Long.
Delivered to the Governor-General, a document that slams the banks and regulators. 1,000 pages detailing how the financial system and those who oversee it have failed the nation.
A frank and scathing assessment of the culture, conduct and compliance of our financial system.
A culture exposed in the hearings that saw the dead charged money for financial advice and the most vulnerable people conned and ripped off in the pursuit of sales.
Make no mistake, today is a day of shame for Australia's banks.
How did it happen? The Commissioner says, too often the answer seems to be greed, the pursuit of short-term profits at the expense of basic standards of honesty. Kenneth Hayne's report is withering about the conduct of a corporate cop that preferred to do deals with offenders rather than prosecute them. It says, when misconduct was revealed, it either went unpunished or the consequences did not meet the seriousness of what had been done.
Good boy.
Natasha Keys is among the thousands aggrieved by the banks. She just wanted time to harvest and pay her debt. CBA wouldn't wait and took her farm.
I went to ASIC out of frustration. I was told that my problems weren't systemic and that they weren't significant enough for ASIC to take on board or to investigate.
Commonwealth Bank whistleblower Jeff Morris helped spark the Royal Commission.
I think it's at the stage where these regulators need to be disbanded and we need a new regulator.
A government that only reluctantly called the Royal Commission now has to confront the problems.
We will take the action necessary to restore the public's confidence and trust in our financial system, which is a vitally important part of the Australian economy.
Given this damning interim report, we believe that there is a strong case to consider extending the Banking Royal Commission.
The interim report asks more questions than it answers, but in broad terms the answers are implied. We need regulators who aren't captured by the firms they regulate, and laws rigorously enforced to make the finance system behave fairly and honestly. Values, the report says, have been sadly lacking. ASIC says it will carefully consider the report's observations.